Hello, everyone. I'm here on Tejon Ranch today, and I thought I might stop and show you how you might consider doing a quick narrated video on how to use your portable microscopes. I have mine here with me, and I'm actually on an area of the ranch, a very well-known area called Tunis Ridge, which is geographically pretty close to the center of the ranch in the high country. And so if we're looking down that way, that's Fraser Mountain off in the distance, where Fraser Park is. Looking down that canyon there, that is Pastoria Canyon. And on the other side of this ridge here, that's Tunis Ridge. On the other side of that is the San Joaquin Desert and ultimately Bakersfield. So looking due north now, if we look to the east, we have the rest of Tunis Ridge here. And if we look to the west, we have Blue Ridge. So right there, we're kind of looking towards Los Angeles right now. And so this is pretty awesome oak woodland habitat. This is a mixture of blue oaks, which is Quercus douglasii, one of the older species of oak. They tend to live for a pretty long time, as well as valley oak, Quercus lobata, which is the largest oak in the lower 48 at least. So, oh, and one other thing, a little history lesson here. If we zoom in, you see those pipes? That is the aqueduct that comes in through the Pastoria pump plant up Pastoria Canyon here. And it all goes underground, and there's a stretch of it right there that is above ground. And then it goes through the other side of Tejon Ranch. If you've ever driven on the 138 toward Lancaster, if you know where Quail Lake is, that's where these pipes go. They go over toward Quail Lake. So anyway, each one of those pipes is about the size of a Greyhound bus, so that's pretty close to a third of LA's water passing through those pipes right there. But I'm going to really quickly show you how you might narrate this week's lab assignment, which is today I'm a microbiologist, using your portable microscope. And there's this dead oak tree right here, which I noticed there is some lichen growing on it right here. You see this orangish yellowish stuff? That's lichen, which is actually a community. Remember, a community is a group of different populations in the same place at the same time, and so lichen is actually a community. It's a community of algae as well as fungi. So it's not a species, it's actually a biological community we're looking at right there on the surface of an oak tree. So I thought it'd be interesting to see what it looks like under the portable microscope. Okay, we're now looking through the portable microscope on the surface of the oak tree, and specifically looking at the lichen community. So here it is. Here is a close-up of the oak bark, and then the lichen community itself. And so it's a pretty close mutualism between the algae and the fungi. So an interspecific interaction. But you can kind of see the green bits to it. That's actually the photosynthetic algae. And the yellower bits are the fungi. So you might consider doing something like this for your recording. And so first of all, as part of your recording, I'm going to note that I am currently on Tejon Ranch on Pastoria Ridge. It's about 85 degrees outside. The wind is about 1 to 10 miles an hour. It's sunny, it's warm, no clouds, but it's hazy from recent wildfires. And it's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Wednesday, October 1st. And so we're looking at the the lichen growing on the surface of a valley oak tree. And let's see, I notice how there are parts of the lichen community that are green, and I notice how there are other parts that are yellowish to darkish brown. Not knowing a lot about lichen communities, lichenology is a whole field, I wonder if that we're actually seeing the different species that make up this community. The algae perhaps being the green, and the darker yellowish honeyish bits being the fungi. So I noticed that, I wonder, and this reminds me kind of honey, at first glance. If you've collected raw honey from a beehive before, that's kind of got bits of it, bits of wax in it, and it's got discolored bits. It's not nearly as processed as you can get from the store. It kind of looks like a beehive, kind of waxy. And so, there's some interesting similarities here between the lichen and the and potentially honey or even a beehive. So I wonder this reminds me of. And what a delightful thing. We can actually look at some other lichen here. Ooh, that's a different color, a deeper orange. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, that is all I'm looking for the recording that you'll do for this week's lab. And then the rest I would like you to do in your lab notebook, a total of 5 times for the actual lab notebook. All right, I hope that video was helpful.